Hi there, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent licensed in all 50 states, America's top agent and the tallest. 6'6". All you guys out there trying to sell annuities that are like 6'9", forget about it. I'm talking about 6'6" with some credibility and some stats. Early income retirement planning, early income annuity planning. You're young, you're vibrant, like me, and you've retired, or you're thinking about retirement. You're like in your 50s or your 40s, for heck's sake. Can you retire with annuities? The answer is yes, but I'm not going to tell you the answers until after this. All right, so I walk in this morning, and the people behind the camera who are just geniuses. I mean, they're unbelievable. It's Big C and Dr. V, but I asked Dr. V, who stands for Venezuela, I said, how's Argentina, player? He's like, I'm from Venezuela, dude. I went North Dakota, South Dakota, North Carolina, South Carolina. But I'm assuming Dr. V from Venezuela is going, there's a difference, player. I understand. I'm a little geographically challenged, as they say. So other thing, too, is Big C was like, didn't you mean to say 5'9" instead of 6'9"? No, actually, I've been just kidding around. I am the top agent in the country, but I also say I'm the tallest. So I had some jackwagon from wherever, Poughkeepsie, go, I'm 6'9.5" and played for Buffalo. And I was like, I don't care. You've probably sold like 3 annuities. I'm having fun, okay? If I say I was like the strongest or I had the best six-pack abs, would you question that? No, you would not question that. Early income annuity planning or planning for annuities when you're young. Can you do that? What's the tax ramifications, Stan the Annuity Man? Well, first of all, I don't give tax advice. You need to see your CPA and tax lawyer. But you can buy lifetime income. There are some products that you can do that with. Let's say single premium immediate annuities, the granddaddy of all annuities, the transfer of risk to the large annuity companies, A++ or better in most situations. It's a pension. No moving parts, no market attachments, no annual fees. It's a straight transfer of risk that's going to pay for as long as you are breathing. And when your Learjet hits the mountain, we can structure it so that 100% of the money goes to your family and not the evil annuity company. If you have daughters like I have, 29 and 27 now, you're saying, no way, Stan. No, it's true. I've set it up to where they get all the money, but they get it in payment form, so they don't buy the Lamborghini with cash. So you got to be careful, though, with annuities. The IRS and our friends there, they have a rule that if with annuities, unless structured properly, if you take money out before you're 59 and a half years old, and please don't ask me who came up with 59 and a half. I have no clue. I'm envisioning this room, politicians going, what do you think it should be, 58? Nah, that sounds crazy. How about 59 and a quarter? Nah. What do you think about 59 and a half? Perfect. I mean, who comes up with that? But only politicians. But the reason that's key is if you don't structure it correctly and you start taking income or distributions from an annuity before you're 59 and a half, the IRS goes, thank you very much. That'll be a 10% penalty every time you do that. Now, the IRS, and I read that I guess, isn't that a manual? No, it's not a manual, it's like their code. And one of the codes in the IRS book, when I'm reading it at night with the jazz playing slowly in the background, is a section called 72T. And 72T in English means if you structure it for like a lifetime payment or a series of equal payments, then the IRS is going to look away. That's the IRS right there. Look away. And they're not going to incur that 10% penalty. So, yes, you can do that, but be very careful. If Johnny Appleseed agent says, hey, I got this annuity, gets the bonus and the thing and this and that and up and this and it's the best thing since sliced bread and I love sliced bread. If he says something like that, you got to go, always with these type of situations, even if you work with moi, that's French for Stan the Annuity Man, we're going to work in conjunction with your CPA and tax lawyer. They have to bless it. That's an annuity blessing. Oh, they got to bless that strategy so that you're not going to get in trouble with the IRS. Now, we've been to the annuity rodeo before, so we have no problem with that, pointing out the law and helping your CPA and tax lawyer if they have some affliction to the word annuity, but we can structure it like that. So, let's go backwards a little bit. You can do this. You can have a lifetime income stream if you're pre-59 and a half. First of all, I'm going to ask you, tell me again why you're wanting to buy a lifetime income stream this early in your life, because remember, annuity lifetime income payments, regardless of the type of annuity, is primarily based on your life expectancy or life expectancies, if joint, at the time you take the payment. The older you are, the higher the payment. Eerily familiar to the other annuity you own, Social Security. So I'm going to have to listen to you go, hey, player, you got like 35 years of life expectancy. Why are you buying a lifetime income stream? And you might say, because it's the proven thing to do, and I'm a very smart person, and I went to MIT and Stanford and got triple degrees. That's fine. I still want to know why. If you just want to say, okay, I had a guy the other day I was on a live event, and he's like, I'm worth 25 billion in crypto or some nuts thing like that. And I'm like, okay, player, email me. He did. He's worth some money. I mean, he's liquid, as they say. And I said to him, here's the good news about a lifetime income stream pre-net 59 and a half. I mean, it's a lifetime income stream. You're never going to outlive it as long as you're breathing. You're transferring that risk for longevity. But the downside is you're young, and they're not going to give you that whiz-bang deal because it's about your life expectancy. So, in conclusion, be careful. There are ways to structure it so that the IRS does not penalize you pre-59 and a half. But just put it in your head and think about those politicians at the table going, hey man, 59 and a half, that's it. That's the one, that's the number, that's the bogey, that's it, that's what we're going to do. Don't know how that happened, but that's the rule. That's the rule the IRS follows, and that's the rule that you have to be aware of. But if you're going to solve it, we're going to solve it using the 72T rule with the IRS. That's I guess if you go to section 72 in the IRS code book and look for T, it's under there. I don't know, but that's what it is, and it says equal pay. It's pretty detailed, but I'm going to put it in English, or Stanglish, as they say. Did you know that was a language? See, Stanglish. It's Stan the Annuity Man Southern English. It's a series of equal payments over a period of time of which the IRS then, remember, annuity blessing. They'll bless it so that 10% penalty won't occur. Bottom line, you need to go to my site, theannuityman.com, schedule a call. Underneath the schedule a call button, it says free consultation. What does free mean? That means you don't pay anything. And you get to run this by us. And oh, by the way, this is a whiz-banger, as they say, you see. I oversee all cases. I literally do. We have thousands of cases run through. I'm always looking and looking and reading and looking and reading and looking, even though everyone in our building's licensed in all 50 states. I want to make sure we get it right. I want to make sure if there's any specific cases like this that are really kind of, as they say at Stanford, funky, then I'm going to get involved. Okay? One more thing. I want you to do me a favor. You know, not that you can hit subscribe if you want to and like and put comments and all. You can do all that. But above my head, magically appearing above my head, and it's going to count down, you're going to be able to click a video that explains how the process works if you did make a decision to buy an annuity with the Annuity Man. No, that's not being presumptive or assumptive or a hammer looking for a nail. But if you want to know how the process works, click that video. See you next time.